Good morning, dear children. Welcome to Max class. Today we are going to continue with chapter 5, Lines and Angles. So today we are going to start chapter 5. So we have completed 4 chapters and today we are going to start with our chapter 5. What is the heading of chapter 5? Lines and Angles. Okay, so we'll continue. So today we are going to see the introduction part of chapter 5. So for example, we are going to learn what is mean by line, what is mean by line segments, what is complementary angles, what is supplementary angles, and what is adjacent angles. So these are the basic topics and introduction part of chapter 5. So today we are going to see all this definition part and some 2 or 3 problems based on these definitions. Okay children, now let's continue the session. So the first heading is line segment. So what is line segment, children? So line segment means you will have a starting point and ending point. So the measurement is a fixed. It will have a fixed measurement. It will have a fixed measurement. For example, line means just you will draw one line. Okay, so line segment means it will have a, for example, take this is, I'm just drawing a line. So this is a line. I don't have the starting point and ending point. Okay, just I'm drawing a line. This is known as line. So line segment means this is 5 centimeters. So this is a starting point and this is an ending point. Okay, this is a line segment. This is line segment. Okay, this is line segment. You'll have a starting point. We can name it as A, and this one we can name it as B. Ending point we can name it as B. This is line segment. So a line means it will have no starting point and not ending point. Okay, I can extend that. Just we draw a line means just I can draw a line without any fixed measurement. When I say a line segment, if I mention a line segment means it will have a fixed measurement. Okay, it will have a starting point and also it will have an ending point. That is the difference between line and line segment. Understood? Just draw a line means we can draw a line with any measurement. And that too we don't want to mention a starting point and ending point. We'll put an arrow mark at both ends. That means it goes on continuing. It don't have a fixed length. So line segment means it will have a fixed length. It will have a fixed length. That means it will have a starting point and ending point. Now read the definition. Line segment has 2 endpoints, starting point and ending point. Okay, line segment means it will have a starting point and ending point. This you have to keep in mind because when you start doing the practical geometry, so there they'll mention draw a line segment BC. That means a line segment means it will have a fixed measurement. That measurement will be given in the question. So maybe BC is equal to 5 centimeter or 10 centimeter. Line segment means always it will have a measurement, fixed measurement, and it will have a starting point and ending point. Okay, example, look at here, a line segment PQ. So it may be, for example, 6 centimeter or 5 centimeter. P is a starting point and Q is a ending point. So we'll represent line segment like this. P, Q. Sometimes they won't write in a sentence. Okay, line segment means they'll draw a line above like this. PQ and one bar line. The meaning is PQ is a line segment. Okay, so in the sentence they won't mention the word line segment. They'll write PQ and one bar line. So this is the meaning of this is PQ is a line segment. That means it has a fixed length and it has a starting point and ending point. Okay, P is the starting point and Q is the ending point. The next definition is angles. I think angles you all know, you will be studying in smaller classes, right? You know to draw an angle, you know to take an angle in protractor. So what is angles? An angle is formed when lines or line segment meet. So we can draw a line like this. So this is one angle, right? This point, this we can take it as O. This O is an angle. So this is a line, right? Because we don't have any fixed length. Just we'll put an arrow mark. So we can draw a We can draw the angles by using line segment also. So I'll draw here, this is 2 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter line. So when they meet, we got an angle. So angle can be formed by using line or line segment. These corners are formed when two lines or line segment intersect at point. Okay, look at here two lines. This is one line and this is the second line. So when they meet each other, you get an angle here. You get an angle. When the two lines intersect or when the two lines meet each other, maybe it's a line or a line segment, you will get an angle. An angle is formed there. Look at here. Here, can you find out the line segments or line AB? One line segment. Then BC, another line segment. And AC is the third line segment. So here, AB line segment and AC line segment meet at this point. So we got here an angle A. So here, AB line and BC line meet at this point. You got an angle here, angle B. So like that, when two line or line segment meet, you will get an angle. So line segment AB, this one, we will take AB and BC. So when AB and BC meet at the point B, so B is an angle, ABC. So like that, if we have written like ABC means the alphabet which is at the center is an angle. So ABC here, B is an angle. We can write angle B directly. So when you go to higher classes, they'll mention like this, ABC. So you have to find out here ABC means which is an angle, the alphabet which is in the center is an angle. So B is an angle. So again line segment BC. So this line segment BC and AC intersect at the point C. So angle C. We got an angle C. So C to form an angle ACB. So here which is the alphabet in the center? C. So C is an angle. Okay, understood children? So here first thing we have learned about line segment. Line segment means you will have a starting point and an ending point. Next we have learned about angles. How angles are formed when two line or line segment intersect or meet at a point, angle is formed. We will get an angle. Okay children. Now let's the next definitions. So the next heading is complementary angles. So complementary angle means it will be equal to 90 degree. Complementary angle means the angle will be equal to 90 degree. So look at the definition. When the sum of measures of two angles is 90 degree. So take two angles. When you add the two angles, if you get the answer 90 degree, when you add the two angles and you get the answer 90 degree, that is complementary angle, then it is known as a complementary angle. Okay, then the angles are called as complementary angles. When you add the two angles and you get 90 degree, then we can say it is a complementary angles. Look at here. Here example, for the first angle is 30 degree and the second angle given is 60 degree. The first angle is 30 and second angle is 60. So when you add 30 plus 60, if you get 90 degree, it's a complementary angle. Are these two angles complementary? Yes, because when you add, you are getting the answer 90 degree. Look at here, 30 degree plus 60 degree equal to 90 degree. So this is a complementary angle. So this is how you will check whether the given angle is complementary or not. So complementary means 90 degree. Okay children. Now let's see the next definition. The next heading is supplementary angle. So what do you mean by supplementary angle children? Supplementary angle means it will be equal to 180 degree. Supplementary angle means angle will be equal to 180 degree. So keep in mind complementary angle means angle will be equal to 90 degree and supplementary angle means angle will be equal to 180 degree. Supplementary means equal to 180 degree. The sum of the measures of the angles come out to be 180 degree. So they'll be giving two angles. When you add, that is known as sum. When you add the two angles, when you get the answer is equal to 180 degree, then that is known as supplementary angles. Such pair of angles are called supplementary angles. So when you add up the two angles and you get the answer is equal to 180 degree, then such pair can be known as supplementary angles. Look at here one example. So first angle I am giving 100 degree. So first angle I am giving 100 degree and second angle I am giving 80 degree. So when you add up, so are these angles supplementary? How you will find out? You have to add the two angles. So 100 plus 80. 100 plus 80 you are getting the answer 180 degree. 180 means it's a supplementary angle. So this is a supplementary angle. This is how you will find out. So if you are not getting 180 degree, then we can say these angles are not supplementary. Okay children, so here for example I have given one angle 100 degree and second angle 80 degree. So when you add up you are getting the answer 180. So this is a supplementary angle. Understood children? So keep in mind supplementary means 180 degree, complementary means 90 degree. Okay, let's see the next definition. The next heading is adjacent angles. So I think this is a new topic we are learning. Already you know about angles, line segments. So this is a new topic about adjacent angles. So these angles are such that they have a common vertex. Common vertex means they'll have a common point. They have a common point. Then they have a common arm. They'll be having a common arm. And non-common arms are on either side of a common arm. So now I'll show the figure and I'll explain. Then you can understand these 3 points. So look at here. You have here 3 line segments. Sorry, 3 line you have here, right? And here the middle one. This is a common arm. For angle 1 and for angle 2, this arm, the center arm is common. That is the meaning of the second point. They have a common arm. That means for this angle 1 and for angle 2 you will be having a common arm. And 2 non-common arms. So this one, can you see here? They'll have one common arm and this one are the non-common arms. So we can name it as A. Okay, for your understanding, I'll name it as A. So A and B are the non-common arms. Okay, I'll write here. Then it is easy for you to understand. So here what are the non-common arms? A and B are the non-common arms. And we can take it as C. C is a common arm. So which is a common arm for this angle 1 and 2? C is a common arm and A and B are the non-common arms. So A is only for one angle 1 and B is only for angle 2. So for 1 and 2 which is a common arm? C is a common arm. That is the meaning. Then what is the first point? They have a common vertex. So here meeting point. All these lines means at this point. So this is known as vertex. Though they have a common vertex point. Now can you understand? I'll read it again. They have a common vertex. So they have a common vertex. I have named here V. So that is a common vertex point and they have a common arm. So C is a common arm and non-common arms A and B are the non-common arms. Okay, so if you get the angle like this, then angle 1 and angle 2 are known as adjacent angles. So when you have a common vertex point, common arm and not 2 non-common arms, then we can say the angles formed there. So here what are the angles formed there? Angle 1 and angle 2. So angle 1 and angle 2 are known as adjacent angles. So such pair of angles are called adjacent angles. Adjacent angles have a common vertex point and a common arm. So here angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. So here angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. Now understood what is the meaning of adjacent angles. So adjacent angle means you will have a common vertex point, you will have a common arm, then you will have 2 non-common arms. Here A and B are the non-common arms and angle. Then C is a common arm. Then they have a common vertex point. And so angle 1 and angle 2 are known as adjacent angles. Now understood. Now you know to identify the adjacent angles. Okay children, let's see the next definition. The next heading is a linear pair. So what do you mean by linear pair children? A linear pair is a pair of adjacent angles. Now you know what is an adjacent angle. How to find out the adjacent angle we have learned. So it's a pair of adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays. Their non-common sides are opposite rays. So before that you want to know what is a ray. What is a ray, children? Ray means you will be having a starting point and there won't be any ending point. Can you see here? You'll have a starting point. So I have drawn an example. We'll have a starting point. The starting point I have given the name as Q and there is no ending point. I have given an arrow mark. That means it will start at one point and there is no ending. It goes on. If you see a line like this, the name of that line is a ray. Ray means it will have a starting point and there is no ending point. Understood? Now look at here. Can you see here? Here you have two non-common rays. Here you are having two non-common rays. Can you see here? This point is a starting point. We'll mark it with red. So this is one ray and this is a second ray. So this is two non-common ray and they have one common arm. So two angles formed, angle 1 and angle 2. This is known as linear pair. Understood, children? So linear pair means it will have two non-common ray and it will have one common ray and the angles formed on both sides of that common ray will be angle 1 and angle 2. So when you add that two angles, you will get the answer 180. That is, the angles in the linear pair are supplementary. Supplementary means what, children? When you add that, you will be getting the answer 180. When you add angle 1 plus angle 2 will be equal to, angle 1 plus angle 2 will be equal to 180 degree. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180. That is meant by supplementary. Understood, children? So for the linear pair, when you add the two angles, you will be getting the answer 180. Then we can say 1 and 2 are linear pair. Understood, children? Now let's see the next part. The next heading is vertical opposite angles. How to identify the vertical opposite angles. So look at this figure, children. Here two lines are intersecting each other. Intersecting each other means they will be meeting at one point. Can you see here the center point? So they just cross each other, or we can say they just intersect each other. So the center point. So when two lines intersect each other, you will be getting some angles. So here what are the opposite angles, vertical opposite angles? So 1 and 3 is one pair. 3 is opposite to 1. So 1 and 3 are the opposite angles. Then opposite to 2, what is an angle? 4. So 2 and 4 are the second pair of opposite angles. Understood, children? So how you will identify the opposite angles? Look at the 4 angles. Here what are the 4 angles? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 1 and 3 are vertical opposite angles. Opposite to 1, 3. So 1 and 3 are vertical opposite angles. And opposite to 2, what is an angle? 4. So 2 and 4 are the vertical opposite angles. When two lines intersect, the vertical opposite angles are so formed are equal. So here can you see here when two lines intersect. So these two lines intersect each other. So vertical opposite angles so formed are equal. That means angle 1 will be equal to angle 3. Angle 1 will be equal to angle 3 and the same way angle 2 will be equal to angle 4. So when two lines intersect, so the angles, vertically opposite angles will be equal. This you have to keep in mind. Okay. Why vertical opposite angles are equal? When two lines intersect. So when two lines intersect, what are the two lines? Here this one line and this line, second line intersect. So the angles formed. So vertical opposite angles will be equal in length. Okay, children. So now you have know to identify the vertical opposite angles and you know that vertical opposite angles are equal. Now let's see the next part. The next is an exercise problems. So what is the first question? Find the complement of each of the following angles. You want to find the complement angles. So here one angle I have drawn and what is an angle measurement? 20 degree. What is an angle given in the question? 20 degree. You want to find the complement angle. So what is complement angle? Complement angle means that the sum of two angles will be equal to 90 degree. Complement angle means the sum of two angles will be equal to 90 degree. So complement angle equal to, here only one angle is given. So we want to find the other angle. Okay, we want to find the other angle. So complement angle is equal to 90 degree. What is the complement angle? 90 degree minus the given angle. What is the given angle? 20 degree. So you know that when you add two angles, for example, you just see here. So when you add two angles, so what are the two angles? 20 degree plus another one angle. We don't know that angle, so we'll take that angle as x is equal to 90 degree. Okay, what is complementary angle? We have seen the definition. Do you remember? So when you add two angles, when you get the answer is equal to 90 degree, we will say that that angle is a complementary angle. But here one angle is given 90 degree. We want to find the other angle. So we can say 90 degree minus what is the given angle? 20 degree. You will get the x. You will get the value of x. You will get the value of x. That means the second angle. Look at here, 90 degree minus 20 degree. You will be getting the answer 70 degree. So what is the other angle? 70 degree. So if you want to check it, 20 plus 70, you are getting the answer 90. Right? 20 plus 70, what is the total answer? 90 degree. So it's a complementary angle. So here one angle will be given. You want to find the other angle. So here find the complement of each of the following angles. So complement angle means it is equal to 90 degree. Here you want to find the other complement angle. So here only one angle is given. What is that? 20 degree. So you know the total 90, right? So 90 degree minus the given angle. What is the given angle? 20. So 90 minus 20, you are getting the answer 70. So what is that other angle? 70 degree. Understood? Now second one, find the supplement of each of the following. Supplement means that is equal to 180 degree, right? So here what is the first angle given? First angle is given as 105. 105 is given. We want to find the other angle. So 105 plus unknown angle. We'll take that unknown angle as x. So 105 plus x is equal to 180 degree. You want to find that x angle. So supplementary angle is equal to 180 degree, right? 180 degree minus the given angle. 180 degree minus the given angle. Or else you can find in that way. 105 plus x. Equation method also you can use. No problem. Okay. So 180 degree minus given angle. 180 minus 105. 75 degree. So what is the other supplement angle? 75 degree. Supplementary angle means it should be when you add 105 plus 75, you have to get the answer 180 degree. They are asking to find the other angle. You know the total, right? 180 minus 105. The other angle is 75 degree. Understood, children? This is how you want to find out the angle. Based on these two problems, there is some homework problem. Okay. So practice work. Exercise 5.1, you can mark it down. Exercise 5.1, page number 101, page number 101, question number 1, second part and third part. First part I have done here. So second part and third part. Then page number 102, question number 2, there also second part and third part, because first part I have done here supplementary angle. Okay, the same way you want to do. And the third one, fill in the blanks. Page number 103, fill in the blanks. Based on the topics, based on the definition what I have taught, the same, based on the topics, you will be having the fill in the blanks in the textbook. You can do the fill in the blanks in the textbook itself. Don't need to write in the practice work note. For question number 1 and question number 2, you can write it down in your practice work note. Is it okay, children? So please read your textbook also and watch the YouTube video and try to do this homework problems. Okay, children. The remaining problems we'll be seeing in the next section, children. So please watch the YouTube videos and try to do the homework problems. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.